sometimes that happens. You know, you try to do that. I just cast my eye around there now.
I see Hill at centre half forward.
Barry O'Toole's come out onto this wing as well, and they've made a few changes. They've got to do that.
All right, the ball is up. The game is underway. Dean Oakley gets a tap down for the GDFL first, but it stacks on the mill. The umpire will do it all again. We'll have a secondary ball up, still within the confines of the centre circle. So Geelong.
Andrew Hill on
he's at centre half forward, I noticed.
That's probably a bit of a mismatch, I think.
So the ball in the middle, comes down to McLean. Handball over to Ricky O'Toole. Handball, lovely work from Geelong. Comes back to Ricky O'Toole, kicks it wide. Looks for, well, he almost found Hill, but he sliding toward the footy. Didn't take the mark. The handball comes over to Merritt for the Carry Narracourt side. His handball to Clark.
Look at the kick.
And Clark, the long kick, and goodness gracious, who's he found on half forward flank? Johnny Copping. And Copping has kicked it through from 50 metres. The first goal of the quarter, the fourth for Copping, and just what the GDFL did not want to see. Lexus of Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard. 1 minute gone, 12 goals, 5-77. Carry Narracourt Tatiara. They lead the Geelong District Footy League 7-49, and Laurie, that's a sensational start.
Well, it was a bit unfortunate. Andrew Hill went to ground, Eric, and you can't afford to, he couldn't hold his feet. He went to ground. They had the numbers behind him. They took the ball back with a handball and a bit of dash through the back line, and found the Copping and the half forward flank. He's a sensational player, and that was a nice goal, that.
Back in the middle. Good work. Dean Oakley gets the tap down. McLean runs onto the footy, held without it. Play on to the umpire. Off the ground comes out. Barry O'Toole picks it up. Well, tried to elude a tackle, but the umpire right on the spot said, I'll have it. And between centre and wing toward the social club here, the umpire puts the ball in the air once again. Lovely tap down there by Ray once again. Stacks on the mill again. Finally comes clear to Barry O'Toole. He tries to crash his way through the pack, and well, he's rewarded. Fella going for the footy, and Barry O'Toole gets the ensuing free kick. So Barry O'Toole in the centre of the ground. Well, he's taking a lot of time, and he's allowed the talls for Carry Narracourt to get back. But I see the lead coming from Mark O'Toole, and well, almost took it one-handed on his chest. Dean Oakley can't recover. Kicked off the ground by the Carry Narracourt defence. And through the interchange race, perfectly placed kick as Carry Narracourt clear the attacking area for the GDFL once again. So, true centre wing, big pack of players here. Big fella Ray, doing well. Dean Oakley tried to edge him forward. Trotter runs on the footy. He's got two to beat, however, and can't do that. Ball comes to ground. Barry O'Toole fumbles. Picked up there, thrown out for Carry Narracourt, comes to Fennell finally on the left foot, goes to the full forward position. Oh, a lovely little handball over the top to Durbridge, who came on in the second quarter, and he only has to take one step and go bang from 20 metres out, and he's kicked another for the Carry Narracourt Tatiara. So they go to 13-5-83. They lead the GDFL 7-7-49. Lexus to win the third quarter scoreboard. Only 3.5 minutes, Laurie, and I see some danger signs here.
Yeah, I do too, Eric, and it was a smart bit of play there. They shared the ball around there nicely with constructive handballs, which were finding their targets on each occasion. That puts you under extreme pressure, of course, and yes, so I do see some danger signs.
I see Tipalura back on the ground too,
yes.
So he's okay. In the middle, once again, beautiful tap down by Ray, but GDFL at the drop of the footy have worked hard. The handball comes to Clayton Trotter, looking for Simon Flack on half forward. Finds him. The overlap there. Good work, Brad Davis. He accepts a handball, runs to 50, kicks it inside 50, and well, just leading forward out of the goal square is Peter McBilly, and the opportunity here for GDFL to answer the two very quick goals as I see Johnny Cousins preparing to come back onto the ground. Has Peter McBilly already one goal to his name. He's 25 metres out, kicking into the breeze. That's a good-looking kick, and well, that was a classic piece of kicking the football, Laurie, wasn't it? Head over the footy, right through the middle. Peter McBilly second, and on the Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, Geelong District Footy League now 8-7-55, but they trail Carry Narracourt 13-5-83.
Yeah, no, that was a very important goal, I think, in the context of this game, Eric, and they've got to try and get a couple more back like that, and just work hard and persist as much as they possibly can, because if they let a side like this drift away, they could be in for a bit of a hard time.
So Johnny Cousins on the ground at the expense of Brad Davis. Probably hasn't had a great game, Brad Davis, as a whistle on play, and it is too many in the centre square for Cowrie Naracoorte. Ricky O'Toole takes the free kick for GDFL. Looks to half forward flank. O'Toole, well, he's play on, said the umpire. So Barry O'Toole got the free kick. Mark O'Toole takes the kick, and it is a magnificent kick from 50 metres, and that is a classic Mark O'Toole goal, I've got to tell you. So a great reply again for the GDFL as Mark O'Toole kicks his second, and the Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard now moves to Geelong 9-7-61. They trail Cowrie Naracoorte 13-5-83, and that's 6 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, well, you call that beautifully, Eric. That was a classic Mark O'Toole on the run kick, and well weighted, and there was quite an angle there, but he was on his left foot and was able to slot it in there. Came from Ricky O'Toole from a mistake from them in the middle of the centre. So
in the middle again, and well, Dean Oakley again gets the tap down, but running onto the foot is Fennell, but a little bit of endeavour, determination by the Geelong players in the middle. Clayton Trotter just threw himself on the football, and Geelong District need that sort of endeavour to get back into the game. So the ball up once again, comes to ground as the ball comes forward. Running hard at the football is Merritt for the Cowrie Naracoorte side. Great kick to centre half forward. Off the pack there is Tupelura, and the ball is picked up quickly. So continuing at half forward, Geelong come clear. Ball, well, it's all Geelong in the middle as they come back. McLean takes the football. Handball to the running player in that was Lazarick. Lazarick goes long to centre half forward. Ball comes off hands. Oakley, handball down. It's come clear to Barry O'Toole. He's over on the footy. Coming, Sean O'Leary. That's a spectacular shot at goal. Unfortunately for the GDFL, it's offline, and Sean O'Leary another behind. But it is another score to the GDFL. They're coming back. They're now 9-8-62. They trail Cowrie Naracoorte Tatiara 13-5-83, and that's 7.5 minutes into the third quarter. From the kick in, it's back to centre wing for Cowrie Naracoorte, and goodness, they're away here. They're running, but Matt McNamara, a fantastic defence. He led Walker, the full forward, to the footy, took the strong chest mark, and Matt McNamara for the GDFL kicks back into the centre. Up high, going, looking for the mark. Troy Maheras can't take the mark. Comes back to McNamara and Walker. Ball comes to ground. Walker taps along the ground, but good work, Lazarick. Over the top to Ricky O'Toole. O'Toole, ball touched in transit. Hill runs at the footy, tries to get it back to O'Toole. Beaten for it by Fennell. Fennell with a handball. Over the top to his teammate. Goes to full forward. It's over the top. Robbie Giles running on back onto it strongly for GDFL. Oh, no, I thought the umpire might have thought pushing the back against Giles there, because they both fell. Giles was on top, but the GDFL defence have forced it over the boundary line, adjacent to the behind post. Laurie, when they move the ball, Cowrie Naracoorte, they move it well.
They certainly do, and they would have been unlucky to pay a free kick there.
Ball thrown in. Giles does the ruck work for GDFL, comes down to Day. Geelong player slips, and has he slipped, it's Clayton Trotter, tackle too high, plays on quickly out to Ricky O'Toole, and takes the mark on half-back flank. Chips it over the top, back to Trotter. He, went to handball, continues on with the foot pass to McLean, and McLean on centre wing. Comes back into Maharis. Maharis takes the mark, comes to the social club side of the ground. 2-on-1, the GDFL here, Barry O'Toole. Great mark, plays on strongly. Chip to Mark O'Toole, and I've seen that a few times with the Corio. Mark O'Toole, he's gone back with the big torpedo, and Sean O'Leary's marked the ball a metre from the line, played on it, has kicked the goal. So Mark O'Toole again instrumental in that goal for Sean O'Leary for the GDFL. And tell you what, Laurie, they're running on very, very well the last 5 or 6 minutes. So Lexus Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 10 minutes gone. Geelong District Footy League now 10-8-68. They trailed Cowrie Naracoorte 13-5-83.
Well, Eric, earlier there before you suggest they might be able to run the game right out, I just think that passage of play, they kick the ball in front of the leading players. They use their pace. I think that's probably the try and exploit that, and that was good play there.
So back in the middle once again. Dean Oakley, he's getting up high, but good work there. Gets the ball to Fennell for the Carey Naracoorte side. Into full forward. Whistle on the play, and well, two players going for the footy. Matt McNamara is trying to plead his case with the umpire, but he won't change his mind, Matt. And Walker, it is the full forward who has been infringed upon, and will take the free kick. He's 35 metres out, directly in front, and should be able to convert here for the Carey Naracoorte Tatiara side. Lovely looking kick, but it's drifting to the side. In fact, it hasn't made the distance. And Robbie Giles has taken the mark for the GDFL. Plays on quickly. Geelong players loose out in defence. Clayton Trotter takes the mark. Runs on quickly. Kicks long out to centre wing. Good mark there to Dean Oakley, who's drifted out on his own. Gets the handball to Luke McLean. McLean, terrible kick off the boot. But Sean O'Leary, magnificent pick up there. The lead is from Simon Flack at full forward. He overruns the footy. If he can come back on, he's still got the chance to score. But just good body work. Yeah, that's incredible. The boundary umpire's given it out from 100 metres away, and the GDFL players are absolutely furious because they couldn't see unless the goal umpire's given it. That's the only thing that I could say. And
can the centre umpire call it?
No. Goal umpire can. However, the ball's thrown in deep in the attacking area for now for the GDFL. Running hard at the footy was Johnny Cousins. He doesn't get it. Handball over the tops comes to Fennell. He goes to another handball to Clark. And Carey Naracoorte through Clark, has a bounce, runs to the centre circle, kicks it long into the full forward area. Big pack of players, ball comes to ground, running onto it, Robbie Giles. Well, you've got to pick up the footy, son, but puts on a great tackle and made up for the mistake in not taking the footy by putting on a huge tackle there, and didn't allow the Carey Naracoorte side to get the ball into forward. Gee, Durbridge might have copped a bit of a knock in the head at that marking contest, but ball thrown up. Copying, and he read that beautifully. He bent down to pick up the foot. He didn't touch it and got tackled, and that's really the experienced footballer's free kick, Laurie. Well done. So Copping has the footy. The man on the mark is on the 50-metre arc, and the way this guy kicks the footy, he's already kicked 4. I wouldn't put it beyond him, Laurie, would you?
Well, I think he'll take a good kick there. A couple of them have actually held up there.
So Copping for Carey Naracoorte. It's a good-looking kick. He's got it high in the air. I tell you what, that is a magnificent kick, and that's goal number 5. And at the moment, that's almost the difference in the game. John Copping, Carey Naracoorte Tatiara on the Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard moved to 14-5-89. They lead the GDFL 10-8-68, and that's 13 minutes into the third quarter.
I think you're right there, Phil. I think Durbridge did get a pretty heavy knock on the head, but they brought that cartilage back on. He's come into the forward pocket. He's already kicked 2.
They take off one and bring another on. In the middle, it's Matt Ray gets a tap down, and in the middle, Johnny Cousins can't hold his feet, tries to get a handball clear, intercepted for the Carey side by Schuppen. He kicks it wide to half-forward flank. Now we've got a foot race on. I think the water boy might win the race and the footy will win the race. And it's over the boundary line, half-forward flank at the 13.5 minutes into the third quarter. 89 plays 68. Carey Naracoorte in front. Footy comes down at the back there, running onto it. Clayton Trotter once again. They break from the defensive area of the GDFL, and Ricky Lazarick takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Lovely looking pass, finds Troy Maharis on centre wing. Maharis now plays on that trusty left foot, doesn't strike it too well. The luck's a fortune, the bounce favours Dean Oakley, comes back on it. Can he get a handball out? He can. Handball comes to Barry O'Toole. Barry sees Andy Hill loose on half forward. Oh, he can't pick the footy up, and unfortunately a skill error there. Finally, great work by Simon Flack, gets it up to Barry O'Toole, and as he's put to ground, Barry gets it to the foot. Unfortunately, offline and out of bounds on the full adjacent to the behind post. So, opportunity gone begging for the GDFL. 14.5 minutes gone. Free kick to Carey Naracoorte through Hillier. Kicks it wide to half back. Oh, great mark in the middle of the pack there. Looked like, is it Dean Oakley? Dean Oakley chips it, looking for and finds Hill, but he's very deep in the pocket. So Hill now inside 50. Should centre the footy. I'd suggest he goes for the lead, and it was Sean O'Leary. Wonderful pass, wonderful lead. Unfortunately, Sean O'Leary is on the boundary line, 25 metres from the behind post. But he has the ability, Laurie, to kick these.
He does those check sides too.
So Sean O'Leary moves in. I think, unfortunately, he has missed. And it is behind to Geelong. 1-3 to Sean O'Leary for the day. Geelong District Footy League on the Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 10-9-69. They trail Cowrie, Narracourt, Tatiara 14-5, 89. We prepare for the kick in once again, and this bloke kicks it pretty well into the breeze. How's he go with it? Oh, he's only landed on centre wing. So at the back, Ricky O'Toole, nice little push we're able to see from here. Eludes the tackle, back on the right foot, chips it into Hill from behind, and Andrew Hill has taken the mark. So not too impressed, I don't think. Man there, oh, no, it wasn't, it was Abramson. The long kick goes to Sean O'Leary, takes the mark in the goal square, and has played on and kicked another goal for the Geelong District Footy League. Good body work, Sean O'Leary kicks his second, and the Geelong District Footy League continue to come back. 11-9-75 GDFL. They trail Cowrie Narracourt 14-5-89. Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, and it's now 16.5 minutes gone.
Well, they wouldn't be privy to how Sean O'Leary plays, but that's certainly how he used his body a lot, Eric. And when the ball got there was always going to be the danger if he was going to push his man off and kick a goal. And he's lifted his work rate a lot, and every time he goes to the footy, he looks like he's going to get it. And he's very dangerous up there. They're going to have to make a positional change there, I think, on Sean, and that's going to throw them out of whack a little bit.
So in the middle, it's Ray, but Oakley over the top again. Ricky O'Toole held without the footy, gets a handball to McLean. McLean, terrible looking pass, but running under the footy there was Sean O'Leary. Barry O'Toole kicks it high on the left foot, looking for Mark, and has found him at the back. Beautiful body work again. He just pushed Adams forward ever so slightly. I think as he's kicked the ball, Barry O'Toole's copped one too, and perhaps parts unmentionable. But terrific work in the forward half by the GDFL, culminating in Mark O'Toole from 20 metres out, almost no angle, and has the football to kick for goal for the GDFL once again. In fact, the man on the mark's only 12 metres out, so Mark O'Toole comes in, pops it over the goal umpire's head, has kicked his third, and
now we've got a ball game, Eric.
For quite some time, it's as close as the GDFL have been, and they're coming back very, very strongly in this third quarter, kicking to what we believe is a non-scoring end, Laurie, as Lexus Wyndham third quarter scoreboard 12-9-81. The GDFL, they trail Cowrie Narracourt 14-5-89.
Yeah, well, I think actually, Eric, they've used their pace to advantage this quarter, and they're worrying Narracourt footy side with their pace. If they can continue to do that, and if you are correct, we're kicking the wrong way, we're going to come in with a wet sail.
So in the middle again, Dean Oakley once again gets it down, and on this occasion it is Clark with a bit of strength, gets the ball clear for Cowrie Narracourt, but a kick off the ground into the arms there of Tipalura in the centre. Ball's kicked over the centre. At the drop of the footy is Clayton Trotter. Turns on a threepenny piece, I was going to say, but people wouldn't know what that was. Gets the ball across the centre, changes the play to Cousins, chips it over the top to Ricky O'Toole, takes the mark and plays on quickly. The long kick into the forward line, the lead there from Flack. And, well, the forwards are showing a bit in this third quarter. They're leading strongly. The kicking, the field kicking from up the ground has dramatically improved, Laurie, I'd suggest.
Definitely.
And that's proving the benefit so far with Flack.
And we know this guy will get the distance.
Well, he's going to be kicking from 48 metres, probably into the teeth of whatever bruise there is. Moves in. Simon Flack lays back on it. It's going to land in the goal square. In front, the Geelong boys. Comes to ground. Tipalura looks for the crumbs. Well, he's run a long way. Finally bounces the footy. Now changes direction. Comes across. Barry O'Toole 2-on-1. Does a great job. Affects the spoil. And falls back on top. Of great work, Barry O'Toole. And probably stopped a forward thrust that looked very dangerous for Cowrie Narracourt, particularly with Copping in there. And on half forward flank for Geelong, the ball comes up. So ball comes down. Ricky O'Toole just took it out of his opponent's hand. Oh, taken pretty high, I think, was Trotter, but not so, said the umpire. Barry O'Toole might well, he might have taken himself off the blood rule. The umpire didn't send him off. And coming quickly onto the ground is Brad Davis. Ball comes down, taken by the player in Sharp over the top to Tipalura. He gets the ball to centre half forward. Oh, Matt McNamara, big punch away, gets the ball to the ground. At the fall of the footy is block on the ground for the Carry Narracourt side. Rick Lazarick taken high, plays on quickly, gets the foot to the footy. Only as far there as Shupin. Great tackling there by the Geelong side. Finally Walker, the full forward, takes the footy, gets it back to full forward. But weight of numbers is beneficial for the GDFL as Kerry Day takes the footy, can't get the ball to boot, but by hand punches it 25 metres and over the boundary line. 20 and a half minutes gone third quarter. 89 plays 81. Carry Narracourt in front. Ball half forward flank for Carry Narracourt. Geelong defence working hard. Matt McNamara is tackled very strongly and put to ground, but umpire said no prior opportunity, and the ball will be put in the air. 40 metres from the goal for Carry Narracourt. Goes down. Up high there was Mann. Gets the ball down. Comes to Shupin. Tries to weave his way through the pack.
Free kick.
Well, I don't know what, maybe tackle high, said the umpire. He was right there. We're a long way away, but appeared to try to weave his way through the pack there. Has received the free kick. And 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. It is Shupin, the half-forward flanker for Carry Narracourt, who will take the free kick. They need a goal, Laurie, to steady things.
Yes, they certainly do.
And I think Shupin might have missed, has he? He's gone to the left, he has, and probably it's a bad miss for him and for the Carry Narracourt side as they move to 14-6-90. They lead Geelong and District Footy League 12-9-81. Lexus will win them third quarter scoreboard, 22 minutes gone. So Lazarick kicks it in and finds Ricky O'Toole, plays on quickly, kicks it long to centre wing. Oh, up high, Dean Oakley can't take the mark. At the back, Troy Maharis, wonderful pick up on the run. Kicks towards centre half forward. Sean O'Leary, good body work again, but can't take the mark, unfortunately. Ball comes to ground, now on the turnover. It's come to Bailey. Bailey on centre wing, drives long to full forward. Oh, sensational mark to
Ricky O'Toole.
It's Ricky O'Toole in the middle of the pack there. Took a tall man's mark. Sees player loose at half back, and it's Andy Drabowski. And Drabowski for GDFL takes the mark. Kicks long to centre wing. The leads come out there from Hill. In front, Kerry Day. Abramson for Carry Narracourt puts a big fist into it and puts it over the boundary line on centre wing. So, bit of reshuffling here. GDFL in defence. They've come down the ground. Beautiful knockdown on that occasion by Ray. And away go the Carry Narracourt side. White hardly sighted in this third quarter. Picks it up in the middle. Turns with plenty of time. Kicks it back to centre half forward. Big pack of players there. Comes to ground. Cotter can't pick the footy up. And now it stacks on the mill. And the umpire will put the ball in the air on the 50-metre arc at centre half forward as Dean Oakley is off holding a wrist, I think, as Allen comes back onto the ground, does the ruck work immediately, comes down to Clark of Carry Narracourt, kicks it to full forward. Matt McNamara, great work in defence. Oh, to the danger man, the handball came to Copping, but under pressure, he might have...
He's got it.
He's kicked it. Gee, I thought he missed it from my angle, but he's kicked his sixth and really putting himself in line for player of the day. As,
I think he has. What else you got to do?
So Lexus have win them third quarter scoreboard 15-6-96 Carry Narracourt. They lead Geelong 12-9-81 and we've certainly got a game on our hands, Laurie. They're working very hard both sides.
Well, this will put Geelong under the pump a little bit here, Eric, and if they can fight a little bit for this next 10 minutes of this quarter, it'll set them up probably for the last, but they've got to hang in there, and a few of the good players just got the hands on the footy again then, and they had a bit of a breather, I think.
So 24 minutes gone, third quarter. From the knock down the middle, it came to McLean by hand to Maharis. He looks for, finds Flack. Flack looking for assistance, back to McLean by hand. Over to Ricky O'Toole. Ricky O'Toole runs to 50, runs to 45, chips a pass to Sean O'Leary, who drops a chest mark. Comes off his hands to O'Toole by hand to Hill. Hill runs into an open goal and has kicked a goal. So Andy Hill doesn't kick a lot of goals, but he's kicked one today, and very, very handy for the GDFL late in this third quarter. on the Lexus of Wyndham's third quarter scoreboard. Geelong District Footy League, 13-9-87. They trail Carey Narracourt 15-6-96, and that's 25 minutes gone in the third quarter. And Laurie, they just won't lay down.
They won't go away, not at all. And Andrew Hill, I don't think I've called a game where he's ever kicked a goal. He usually plays across the back line, doesn't he?
I've got a feeling a couple of years ago at Inverloch in a little league game he might have got a goal, would you believe, a centre half forward. And it's not a bad move putting him up there. He's a tall.
Yes, he is.
And it takes a tall to mind him. And
well, they've been able to move Troy Maharis back out of there.
Yeah.
And he's played very well out there. He's a bit of a sweeper.
It's perhaps just unbalanced the Carey Narracourt defence a little.
Yeah.
In the middle, great tap down from Ray to Fennell, and they go forward immediately. Carey Narracourt, Day in the row, puts the big fist up for the GDFL, and happy to concede behind the GDFL on that occasion to Carey Narracourt as they go to 15-7-97. They lead the GDFL 13-9-87, 10 points in it, as Robbie Giles doing the kicking in goes short and finds his teammate there. Finally comes out to Ricky O'Toole, and Ricky O'Toole now goes wide looking for and finding Rick Lazarick, but well, Schuppen does a good job. Probably could have almost been penalised pushing the player over the boundary line, but he put enough pressure on that was Rick Lazarick to drop the mark on half-back flank. So in the danger area for the GDFL, 26.5 minutes gone. Ball, beautiful tap over to White. White hooks it back with the left foot, looking for and finding his teammate at centre half forward in Block. And Block has taken the mark and just shows a bit of poise, White, doesn't he?
Well, it was a great vision, actually, Eric. He got into that imaginary space, as we call it in the football circles, and he knew where it was going, and the guy was able to run on and take a nice mark. So he's got to probably capitalise on that.
So Lucas Block at the 27-minute mark of the third quarter, 40 metres out, directly in front, lays back on it. I think he might have, it's just starting to bend back, and it doesn't look too bad, does it now, as the goal umpire puts the two hands up, and Block kicks his first goal for the Carey Narracourt Tatiara team, who moved to 16-7, 103. They lead the GDFL 13-9-87. Lexus have won them third quarter scoreboard, and we've been going 27.5 minutes. And that probably was just a steadier Carey Narracourt needed, Laurie, because GDFL were coming pretty hard at them.
Yes, they certainly were, Eric. And, you know, in this modern day of footy, that's not a big lead anyhow. And they probably needed that goal just to steady a little bit. And, you know, they do look good when they go forward. As I said, when they do look good, it's the good players. They're getting it white, and so they get their hands in the footy, and they usually do something constructive with it.
Well, they seem to be struggling in the defensive half. They're good in the forward half, and if Geelong can get it into their half, they've got a chance. But, well, Allen, beaten on that occasion, but comes down to Trotter on the left foot, gets it to centre half forward.
What's he going to do here?
The umpire's call, play on, played advantage, and the player ran into trouble, got put down, and now the umpire's brought the footy back as Adams plays on quickly with a handball, finds White. He goes with a long kick to centre half forward. In front, mark not taken, Dabrowski. Day went to ground. Oh, good handball out by Copping. Finds he's got two players out there in Fennell. Gets a handball out to his teammate who's kicked behind, and that was couldn't pick him up, but it's only behind to the Carey Narracourt Tatiara side. 16-8.
Wasn't Clark, was it?
Could have been 16-8, 104. They lead GDFL 13-9-87. Lexus win the third quarter scoreboard. So 29 minutes gone. GDFL need to hang on at the moment. So plays on quick. Oh, that's an absolutely shocking kick. Barry O'Toole's going to have to be the salvation. He gets tackled. Kerry Day. Nice little handball over the top to Giles. Giles sees the lead there from Hill. He can't drop chest mark, son. He does. He looks for a handball, gets it out, but does nothing with it. So player comes back to Tatty. Oh, Ricky O'Toole puts him down with a great tackle, Tipalura, and he wasn't going anywhere. A bad miss there by Hill, Laurie.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of Tipalura. He'd probably get past a lot of blokes, but not Ricky O'Toole.
not at that pace. Ball thrown in front of the Associate Club. Barry O'Toole does the ruck work, comes to ground. In there, Maharis also. Ricky O'Toole, just shrugs a tackle, runs away. on the left foot now. Kicks it back to the lead there of Mark O'Toole. He's got 2 to beat and he can't do that. Good work, weight of numbers. Handball comes to Merritt. Has a bounce, runs through the centre, has a second bounce. He gets tackled pretty hard, gets handball clear to Davis. Davis of Carry Naracoorte on the left foot. Goes looking for Fennell. But, well, I couldn't see that. I was side onto it. And free kick against... it was Rick Lazarick out there, and the ensuing free kick, the pass has gone to Jamie Walker, the full forward. So he's taken the mark now. He's 30 metres out, directly in front, and the full forward has a chance to recoup some of the lead for the Cowrie side. The players like it. The goal umpire said that's pretty good to me, and Walker, would you believe, has kicked only his first goal. I would have thought he might have got more than that, but it is the 17th for the Cowrie Naracoorte Tatiara side. 17-8-110. They lead the GDFL 13-9-87. Lexus have won the third quarter scoreboard, and that was at the 31st minute. So that goal late in the quarter might be a huge impact in the last quarter, Laurie, because
well, I couldn't quite
points.
see what that free kick was for Fennell out there, but I think he's played a pretty good game, that number Fennell. I think he's bringing
it's easier to pick good players for Cowrie Naracoorte than Geelong, I think, at the minute.
Yeah.
So umpire with the ball in the middle, very close to three-quarter time again, and ascendancy to Ray in the middle, but picked up there by Luke McLean for GDFL, gets it to centre forward, kicked off the ground, comes to Trotter tries to get a handball clear and does to Sean O'Leary. He gets the ball at half forward. Up high there was, as the siren sounds, the ball was almost in the arms there of Peter McBilly. Unfortunately, couldn't do anything with it before the siren sounded. And at three-quarter time here at Naracoorte, the score is Cowrie Naracoorte Tatiara Footy League, the home side, 17-8-110. They lead the Geelong District Football League 13-9-87. Goal kickers to three-quarter time. Mark O'Toole 3, Simon Flack 2, Peter McBilly 2, Sean O'Leary 2, 1 each to Ricky O'Toole, Troy Maheris, Barry O'Toole and Andrew Hill. And for Cowrie Naracoorte, the goal kickers, Copping 6, 2 to White, 2 to Cartledge, 1 each to Bailey, Tipalura, Walker, Durbridge, Schuppen, Sharp and Block. Three-quarter time here. We'll go to a break.